Today is the day you guys find out how Master Splinter and Donatello died in The Last Ronin Part 4. Let's get into it. Okay, so Part 3 ended with April unveiling her secret weapon for her attack against Baxter Stockman, and in Part 4 we jump right into the mix with Mikey, Casey, and their team in the middle of invading Stockman's base. Mikey tells Casey and the gang to cover him with smoke bombs and firepower while he finds a way into the base. Meanwhile, the now mutilated Baxter Stockman sends out his security droids to stop Mikey, who is able to get through the first few of them with ease but is stunned when forced to face a giant one. He's eventually able to take it down by stabbing it in the sweet spot with Leo's sword, but then it falls on top of him and he's unable to move as more droids head his way. Fortunately, Casey steps in and deals with the droids very quickly while Mikey frees himself. After that, the story goes back a couple of days when Mikey started training Casey. He critiques her skills and says that her attacks are useless, which upsets Casey because she thinks she's really good for never being trained. Mikey puts her to the test and tells her to give him her best shot. So she proceeds to try and attack him in any way that she can, but Mikey is easily able to dodge everything she throws at him, and eventually he slams her head into a wall. After that, he tells her to take it easy and admits that she has some skills and potential, but she has a lot to learn. So he offers to train her, which Casey gets very excited about because she's always wanted a trainer. Casey then takes off and April shows up to tell Mikey that she's proud of him and thankful for what he's doing for Casey. After that, she tells him that he never finished telling her what happened in Japan. So he tells her that when he got to Japan and eventually found his clan's village, an elder told him that Donatello and Master Splinter died in battle against Oroku, and this is how. The Foot Clan and Clan Hamato met at a graveyard because Master Splinter and Donatello were convinced that Oroku was ready to make a peace agreement between their clans. But when Oroku arrived, he only brought insults and made it clear that it wasn't peace he was looking for. So Master Splinter sliced 3 Foot Ninjas' heads off in one swift motion to let it be known that him and the rest of the Hamato clan would not stand down. This sparked a huge battle between Clan Hamato and the Foot Ninjas. At first it was obvious who was winning the battle. Master Splinter, Donatello, and the rest of Clan Hamato were making light work of the Foot Clan, slicing, stabbing, and attacking in ways that seemed uncounterable. But the Foot Clan had them beat in numbers, and when Oroku called in the archers, it was practically over. There wasn't enough skill in the books that could have helped them escape their fate, and so Donnie and Master Splinter would end up dying at the hands of Oroku's Foot Clan. After telling her this, April begins to cry, but is glad Mikey is still alive to help them put an end to this. Mikey, however, actually gets mad at April because he found out that April was keeping a secret from him, that her daughter Casey has enhanced strength, speed, and healing. April is ashamed and reveals that the reason she's enhanced is because April and her husband Casey were exposed to the mutagen and the turtles for so long that trace amounts of it got into their blood and they passed it down into Casey's blood. But Casey doesn't really know yet, so April asks Mikey to keep it a secret for now, and after he agrees, our story jumps back over to present day where they invade Baxter Stockman's base. They're eventually able to get inside thanks to Mikey's clever thinking and an airborne strike squad. As they move in closer to his location, Stockman begins to worry. At first he wasn't taking this invasion too seriously, believing that his droids would be enough to deal with his enemies, but now he's not so sure. He decides to release his Mausers as backup, but when April finally catches up with the team in her armored assault tank, she uses the tank's EMP system to quickly dispose of them before busting into the exact room that Stockman is hiding in to take him down and to reactivate Honeycutt. Stockman then tells all of his droids to fire everything they have and to kill all the invaders, and while they do that, he'll secure Honeycutt, his most prized possession. But unfortunately for him, when he grabs Honeycutt's head, Honeycutt powers on and tells him that he shall not pass, and then he completely disintegrates him by burning and electrocuting him before self-destructing. After that, what's left of Honeycutt turns into a nanobite swarm and starts shutting down Stockman's whole compound, and it's even shut down all of the android Foot Ninjas and other tech in Oroku City because his tech was running off of Stockman's compound. After that, the team looks off into the distance at Oroku City, expressing that they've won the battle but not the war. But sadly, that's when this issue comes to an end, so let me know if you want me to cover the finale by liking and commenting down below.